If you are a silver stacker, you have been waiting a long time for this to happen. That time could be coming soon. I'll explain why and how as we explore. That's right. For silver to crush gold, it would require a lot of things to happen at once or in close proximity to each other. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that could be. And, it seems like it's just around the corner for silver to outperform gold, and then gold just continues to hold on and to just increase in price. And, and silver just doesn't do the same thing. But this year has been different. Gold boomed this year as a safe haven from lackluster bond market and a stock market shaken by Liberation Day jitters with regards to the tariffs on April the 2nd, according to the Daily Upside. But quietly, silver has been gaining momentum. Prices are now up roughly 30% this year. That's versus gold's 28% rise. Check out my friends at Summit Metals, where they have excellent customer service and fast shipping and great selection of products. Elevate your wealth with Summit Metals. But silver's role as an inflation hedge and its industrial uses combined with the supply deficit have created strong tailwinds for the precious metal. And that is just it. It has pulls in different direction. It is a monetary metal, but it does have those other uses that really confound many silver stackers out there. But when you understand how small the silver market is and really how valuable silver is, it puts it into perspective that silver should be outperforming gold, and it should have been happening a long time ago. Gold sometimes steals the spotlight as an inflation hedge, especially given the tariffs, but silver has been benefiting from that as well as a store of value, according to Nate Miller, who's the vice president of product development at Amplify. Unlike gold, which is primarily an investment or jewelry component, silver has broad industrial applications driving demand. In fact, about 10,000 use cases for silver between, the industrial side, the biomedical side, and technology. Silver is second to oil when it comes to industrial applications. Solar panels are the most common use, but it is in smartphones, artificial intelligence, semiconductors, data centers, so there's a structural tailwind from all of that. Supply constraints are also in play. HSBC projects a deficit of 206 million ounces this year, which is a notable uptick from 167 million ounces in 2024. Indeed, sure. So there's a lot going for silver. The combination has powered strong returns from silver ETFs. There are only 5 silver-focused exchange-traded funds trading in the United States, and they have $21.5 billion in assets, with the iShares Silver Trust, SLV, accounting for 85% of the total, according to CFRA data. And by the way, that is a good statistic to know because that is managed by J.P. Morgan, the world's largest bank. Many people feel that J.P. Morgan is not only manipulating silver prices, which I have documented on this channel numerous times, but many people feel that they, along with the other big bullion banks, are actually suppressing the price of silver. Now, ProShares Ultra Silver is the best performing this year for the ETF, and that's up 53%. And so it's an inverse fund. There's another one called the Ultra Short Silver. It's down almost as much as 45%. As the name implies, I guess it essentially means that it is one of those short position type of funds. The Arden Physical Silver Shares ETF and Sprott Physical Silver PSLV and SLV were all up more than 30% this year. Separately, funds that track silver mining companies are performing even better, with a Global X Silver Miners ETF, the Amplify Junior Silver Miners, and the iShares MSCI global silver miners are all up roughly 70% this year. So there is a silver lining here, and that the silver funds haven't seen the same investor inflows as gold or copper. Silver ETFs have attracted $1.15 billion in 2025, which is about 6% of current assets, while gold ETFs and copper funds are up 12% and 17% inflows, respectively, according to the data. Silver's lag may stem from macro and geopolitical factors, with central banks favoring gold to hedge against U.S. Treasuries, said Aniket Alai, head of ETF research and analytics at CFRA. Flows tend to lag performance, so if silver returns continue to be strong in the second half of 2025, ETF flows could pick up further, he told Advisor Upside. Price momentum will be sustained if there is demand from sectors like electronics and renewable energy. So yes, so essentially it is setting itself up to be one of those dramatic shifts that could occur. People see opportunity there. Given the small market size, if we see institutions, hedge funds, big players come into the market in the ETF space, that could be a game changer for silver. Because it is undervalued. Most of us feel that it's undervalued. Silver, the metal to watch, it could completely crush silver, narrowing that ratio back down to, yes, I'm going to say it, below 40 to 1. Right now, it's sitting right around 88 to 1. Now, that is unlikely anytime soon that it would get down to 40 to 1. But remember what happened in 2011 and in 1980. Silver led in both of those times. Gold is the leader right now because of strong central bank buying, and silver is benefiting. But now gold could be behind, and we can see silver start to be the leader again. And that's going to take you and I getting in as well. And we're seeing that happen right now, recently, where people are shifting from selling silver to starting to buy again. Not as much selling is going on in some markets. Now, that's not in every market. Your local coin shop is a good judge. I actually talked to my local coin shop, and they're starting to see the tide turn a little bit, with still taking in a lot of silver from customers, but also selling silver as well, a lot of it. So people are starting to see that there's opportunity here in the silver market. And Rick Rule mentioned in a recent interview, he's a precious metal analyst, saying that, that he's seen three separate times where silver was the leader. And we very well could be at the precipice of that happening again soon. So that is good. Silver could crush gold in the coming months and maybe even years. And we'll see how it plays out. I think right now what we're seeing is the beginning of that occurring. The longs and the shorts are flip-flopped now, and that's a good thing. And that means that silver is setting itself up to be really a metal that we can look to as a potential for a movement in a positive direction in terms of its price. But understanding the price compared to the value is something that I've always talked about on this channel, and there's a difference between the two. And when you understand that difference, that means that holding silver is a very good proposition for you to have wealth outside of the system from which we find ourselves apart. But nonetheless, I think this is encouraging as a potential possibility for where silver could go. Does not mean it's going to happen anytime soon, but it is a scenario that if people see the potential with silver, they just pile on institutionally, but also as well as buying the physical form. And I want to bring up again what I've been documenting here on this channel about billionaire or multimillionaire, at the very least, David Bateman, who has made massive purchases of physical silver bars. The 1,000 ounce bars, this is a kilo size bar, but 1,000 ounce contract size bars. He bought, I think, probably the largest physical holdings that I've ever heard of over 800,000 ounces at one time. And if we see more millionaires like him do this more often, then that very well could lead to a mini Hunt Brothers type situation where they actually take physical delivery. And I don't even know that the Hunt Brothers took physical delivery like this. But can you imagine if we had 10, 12 more David Batemans out there that are so convinced that silver indeed is the undervalued metal, and they actually put their money where their mouth is and buy physical holdings of it? That would rock the market. And I think, honestly, his purchases that he's done, not only in one day that I talked about on this channel, but also in recent months, if he was to do that and spread that message to other millionaires to make that happen, that would be a game changer for silver. Yes, indeed. And I think his move has led to help propel silver in an upward direction, much like what we're seeing right now. So there you have it. Now, gold's getting a little hidden here. We're going to put these gold coins back because I still love gold. I still believe in it. And I believe that it is a more stable store of value as I still hold true to that conviction. But I do think there is some potential for silver to catch up and surpass gold in terms of its performance in a dramatic way if what I talked about were to actually take place. If it will it or not, I don't know. But I think it is a possibility. In other words, silver is an untapped resource for the most part. And I think that if there's the right people and the right institutions with the right amount of money and prowess are involved, well, watch out. It's going to be looking really good for silver. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.